Imagine finding a penny so rare, so valuable, that it could change your entire financial future. One single penny, sitting in your pocket or an old coin jar, could be worth up to $3 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're uncovering the shocking truth about the 1975 Lincoln penny, the coin that could make you a millionaire overnight. Let's start with a simple question. Have you ever thrown away a penny, thinking it's worthless? If so, you might want to check the floor, your couch cushions, and every old drawer in your house. Because what you're about to hear could make you rethink everything you thought you knew about spare change. Back in 1975, the Denver Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were ordinary. But a tiny fraction, so rare that only a few have been discovered, were struck with a minting error so bizarre that it sent collectors into a frenzy. Here's where it gets interesting. This penny, if it has the right characteristics, could be worth more than most luxury cars, more than some houses, even more than an entire lifetime savings. And you could be holding one right now without even knowing it. But before we get into exactly what to look for, let me ask you this. What would you do if you found a $3 million penny? Buy your dream home? Retire early? Or maybe, just maybe, finally prove to your skeptical cousin that collecting coins wasn't a waste of time after all? Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's get into the details that could turn an ordinary penny into an extraordinary fortune. The 1975 penny you're looking for must have a specific error, something called a double die obverse. This happens when the coin's design is accidentally struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect. The most valuable ones have clear doubling on the date and Lincoln's face. If you spot this, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. But that's not all. Another key factor is the condition. A penny with this error in mint state condition, meaning it's nearly flawless, is where the real money is. Collectors and auction houses are constantly on the hunt for these rare specimens, willing to pay hundreds of thousands, even millions for the best preserved ones. So how do you know if your penny is the one? Here's the quickest way to check. Grab a magnifying glass and inspect the date. See any doubling? If yes, do not spend that penny. Instead, get it professionally graded. And here's a little tip. Grading services like PCGS and NGC can authenticate your coin and potentially increase its value exponentially. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but does anyone really pay that much for a penny? Absolutely. In fact, just last year, a rare Lincoln penny sold for nearly $2 million at auction. And the demand for these rare coins has only skyrocketed in recent years. Some experts predict the next record-breaking penny sale could happen any day now, and here's where things get really urgent. Every day, more and more people are searching for these rare pennies. The market is heating up, and those who act fast have the best chance of cashing in. If you sit on this information and wait too long, someone else might find their $1 million penny before you do. So, what's your next move? Will you check your old piggy bank? Search through that forgotten coffee can full of change? Or will you let this opportunity slip through your fingers? One thing's for sure, someone is going to find the next multi-million-dollar penny. Why not you? If you found this video valuable, make sure to subscribe for more rare coin discoveries that could change your life. And before you go, drop a comment below. What would you do if you found a $3 million penny? A penny in your hand, just an ordinary 1985 Lincoln cent. Now, what if I told you that this very coin could be worth up to $2.70 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that could change your life forever. But here's the kicker, most people throw these coins away without realizing their true value. Could you be sitting on a fortune without knowing it? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in big. Pennies, we see them, we spend them, we lose them between couch cushions. But what if I told you some of these pennies hold a secret? A secret so powerful that it could turn a single 1-cent coin into a life-changing fortune. The 1985 Lincoln penny is one of those rare treasures, and collectors are willing to pay a jaw-dropping amount for certain rare varieties. Why? Because of minting errors, rare metals, and historical anomalies that make these coins exceptionally valuable, before you start digging through your pocket change, let me warn you, not every 1985 penny is worth millions. But the ones that are, they hold a secret most people never even notice. Here's where things get really interesting. The most valuable 1985 pennies have rare minting errors that drive collectors into a frenzy. One such error is the double die obverse, where Lincoln's face and the inscriptions appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment during minting. Another is a struck on a wrong planchet error, where the coin was accidentally struck on a silver or foreign planchet, making it an ultra-rare collector's item. But wait, it gets crazier. A recently auctioned 1985 penny with a perfect storm of errors sold for a mind-blowing $2.7 million. Yes, that's more than some houses. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare gems? Check your 1985 pennies for doubling on the inscriptions like Liberty and the date. If you see a shadowy or duplicated effect, congratulations. You might be sitting on a fortune. Also, weigh your penny. If it's significantly heavier or lighter than the standard 2.5 grams, it could be struck on the wrong planchet, making it even more valuable. Imagine accidentally dropping a $2.7 million penny into a vending machine for a 50-cent bag of chips. That would haunt you forever, wouldn't it? Now, you're probably wondering, if I have one of these, how do I sell it for millions? First, stop. Do not clean the coin. Cleaning it could destroy its value instantly. Second, get your penny authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade will dramatically increase your chances of selling it at a high price. Third, list it on high-profile coin auction sites or reach out to private collectors who are actively hunting for rare error coins. But wait, what if I told you there's another rare penny out there that's worth even more? Stay tuned for my next video where I reveal an even bigger jackpot coin that could be hiding in your collection. Now, go check your pennies. And if you found something valuable, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a life-changing money-making tip. See you in the next video. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking penny in your pocket could be worth up to $2.60 million? Yes, you heard that right. Imagine tossing away a fortune just because you didn't know what to look for. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the most shocking discoveries in the coin collecting world, and it's turning regular people into millionaires. But here's the catch, this coin is so rare that only a few people even know about it. Could you be sitting on a hidden treasure without realizing it? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot this rare penny, where to sell it, and how to turn spare change into life-changing wealth. The story behind the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Let's rewind to 1988. The U.S. Mint was striking millions of pennies, but something went horribly wrong. A small batch of Lincoln pennies was accidentally produced without a mint mark, making them one of the rarest errors in modern coin history. Unlike regular pennies, which typically have a small d or s to indicate the Denver or San Francisco Mint, these particular coins were missing that crucial detail, and here's where things get interesting. Most people had no clue. These pennies slipped into circulation, mixed with ordinary coins, and ended up in pockets, piggy banks, and drawers across the country. For decades, they remained undiscovered, until collectors started realizing their insane value. But wait, why would anyone pay millions for a tiny mistake? Well, think about it. The rarer the coin, the higher the demand. And when collectors fight over rare finds, prices skyrocket. That's exactly what happened here. Imagine paying for a coffee, handing over your change, and the cashier just casually pockets your $2.6 million penny like it's nothing. Talk about a painful loss. Here's what you need to check. No mint mark. Look just below the date. If you see 1988 with no small letter under it, you might have struck gold, font and detail differences. The rarest versions of this penny were struck with a 1989 style reverse design, a subtle but crucial error made during the minting process. Coin condition. If your penny looks brand new or has very few scratches, it could be worth significantly more. Have you ever casually picked up a penny from the ground, thinking it was just a lucky find? Well, this time, it might actually be your ticket to a millionaire lifestyle. Where and how to sell your penny for maximum profit. Now, here's the $1 million, or rather, the $2.6 million question. Where do you sell it? The last thing you want is to let it go for pennies, literally. Here's where the smart sellers go. Major coin auctions, heritage auctions and stacks. Bowers have seen record-breaking sales for rare pennies just like this one. Online collectors and dealers, websites like eBay and greatcollections.com often have high-stakes buyers looking for hidden treasures. Certified coin appraisers, to avoid scams. Get your penny professionally graded by PCGS or NGC to prove its authenticity and maximize its value. Never clean the coin. Many first-time sellers ruin their penny's value by trying to make it look nicer. Collectors and auction houses prefer natural patina over a shiny, damaged surface. Final cliffhanger, urgency and inspiration. So, now you know the secret. The 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be hiding in your home, your car, or even in your pocket right now. The question is, will you be the next person to turn a simple penny into a multi-million-dollar payday? Or will you let this once-in-a-lifetime chance slip away? Checking your spare change and realizing that a single penny could be worth up to $2.4 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1993 Lincoln penny could actually hold a hidden fortune? You could be sitting on life-changing money right now and not even know it. So, before you spend that penny on a pack of gum, listen up. This might just be the most valuable coin in your collection. Most people don't think twice about pennies. They see them as small, insignificant pieces of copper, barely worth picking up off the ground. But here's the reality. Some pennies are worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. One of the rarest and most sought-after pennies is the 1993 Lincoln penny, but not just any version of it. Some of these coins were struck with minting errors so rare that collectors are willing to pay millions of dollars just to get their hands on them. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but how do I know if I have one of these golden tickets disguised as a penny? Stick with me, because we're about to break it all down, and trust me, you'll want to check every penny in your house after this. The value of the 1993 Lincoln penny depends on a few key factors: minting errors, condition, and collector demand. One of the most famous and valuable variations is the double die obverse, a coin where the inscriptions or Lincoln's face appear slightly doubled due to a striking error. These mistakes might seem tiny, but they can turn a penny into a $1 million jackpot. Another key feature is the condition of the coin. If you've got a 1993 Lincoln penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be holding on to a six-figure payday. But if yours has the legendary error, that's where things get really interesting, because that's where the $2.4 million value comes into play. But before you get too excited, here's the catch: spotting these errors isn't always easy. Many collectors overlook valuable coins simply because they don't know what to look for. Could you be one of them? If you're wondering how to turn your penny into a payday, the first step is getting it authenticated. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify its rarity and assign a grade that determines its market value. Once verified, the real fun begins. Auctions, coin dealers, and private collectors are all on the hunt for rare pennies, and bidding wars can drive the price sky high. Just imagine listing your coin and waking up to $1 million offer sitting in your inbox. And if you're thinking, well, I don't have a 1993 penny, don't worry. Other rare pennies could be hiding in your pocket change too. There are dozens of rare coins still waiting to be discovered, and I'll show you exactly what to look for in my next video. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jar, your piggy bank, even that dusty old box in your attic. You might just be sitting on millions of dollars without even realizing it. And if you want to learn more about the top rare coins worth life-changing money, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Who knows? Your next penny could be your ticket to wealth. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, what if this little coin could change my life forever? Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you there's a 2014 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, that could be worth up to $2 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, worth more than a mansion, and here's the real kicker, you might already have one sitting in your pocket, your coin jar, or even between your couch cushions. But before you go digging through your loose change, there's something you need to know, because if you don't, you could accidentally spend a fortune on a cup of coffee. Let's dive into the story of how an ordinary 2014 penny became one of the most valuable modern coins in existence, and most importantly, how you can find and cash in on one. Back in 2014, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted. Nothing unusual about that, right? But here's where things get interesting. While most pennies from that year are worth just 1 cent, a handful of them have a rare, almost mythical error. And this error is the reason why collectors and investors are willing to pay life-changing amounts of money for them. Now, imagine for a moment, you're sorting through your old coins, and you spot a 2014 penny. You turn it over, and something about it seems different. Your heart starts racing. Could this be one of the rare ones? But wait, before you start celebrating, there's a crucial detail that separates a $1 million penny from an ordinary one. And if you don't check for this, you could be tossing away a fortune without even realizing it. So, what makes these 2014 pennies so special? First, the mint mark, or rather, the lack of one. Most pennies are struck at the Denver or Philadelphia mints, but a rare batch of 2014 pennies was produced without a mint mark. These are the ones collectors go crazy for. But that's just the beginning. Some of these no mint mark pennies have a unique error, like a double die, an off-center strike, or a special composition flaw, that makes them even more valuable. And here's the shocking part, a single collector, desperate to own the rarest of these pennies, has already paid over $2 million for one. That's more than the price of a luxury yacht. For a penny, let that sink in for a moment. And now, I have to ask, when was the last time you actually checked the pennies in your possession? Because what if, right now, there's a small fortune hiding in plain sight? Now, here's where it gets really urgent. The market for rare coins is constantly shifting, and every day, more and more collectors are hunting down these valuable 2014 pennies. Prices have skyrocketed, and with every sale, the remaining supply becomes even scarcer. Translation: if you wait too long, you might miss out on the biggest payday of your life. So, what should you do right now? First, grab any 2014 pennies you have and check for a mint mark. If there's no mint mark, congratulations, you might be sitting on a potential fortune. Next, examine the coin carefully for any unusual features, doubling on the letters or numbers, a striking error, or anything that seems different from a regular penny. If you spot something odd, get it appraised immediately. And here's a pro tip: never clean or alter your coin in any way. A tiny scratch or polish could instantly drop its value from millions to just a few cents. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds amazing, but how do I actually sell one of these valuable pennies? Great question, and that's exactly what I'm going to reveal in my next video. I'll show you the top places to sell rare pennies, how to negotiate with collectors, and the #1 mistake that could cost you thousands of dollars. So, if you're serious about turning a tiny penny into a life-changing payday, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it, because trust me, when it comes to rare coins, knowledge is power, and power means money. You're sifting through your loose change, maybe grabbing a coffee, and you spot a penny. Just a regular old penny, right? But what if I told you that tiny coin in your hand could be worth up to $1.50 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single 2017 Lincoln penny has sold for an absolute fortune. And the craziest part? Most people don't even know what to look for. Now, you might be thinking, come on, a penny? Really? But here's the deal, rare error coins and high-grade specimens are fetching mind-blowing amounts in the collector's market. And if you've got one hiding in your pocket change, you could be sitting on a life-changing payday. So before you toss that spare change into a tip jar, pay close attention, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this penny so valuable and how to find one yourself. So, what makes the 2017 Lincoln penny so special? It all comes down to a combination of scarcity, errors, and collector demand. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about mint errors. Some 2017 pennies were struck with critical mistakes, double dies, off-center strikes, or even missing elements. These aren't just minor imperfections, they're golden tickets in the world of coin collecting. Then, there's the grade. Coins are rated on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 67 and higher commanding insane prices. A flawless 2017 penny in top condition could be your ticket to a six-figure payout, or more, and here's the real kicker: just last year, one of these coins in pristine condition fetched over $1 million at auction. Imagine finding a penny in your drawer and realizing it could buy you a mansion, a dream car, or an early retirement. By the way, if you're thinking, well, I never check my change, maybe it's time to start. Who knows? That handful of pennies on your nightstand might be worth more than your entire savings account. Now that you know why this penny is so valuable, here's what you need to do next. Step 1. Check the date and mint mark. You're looking for a 2017 Lincoln penny. The D means it was minted in Denver. Examine the coin carefully. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone's zoom to spot doubling, misalignments, or other rare errors. Check the condition. The shinier and less worn, the better. If you think you've got a special one, get it graded immediately by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. And if you're wondering, what if I do find one worth millions? Well, let's just say, you might want to start drafting your resignation letter. Before you go, tell me in the comments, have you ever checked your coins for rare errors? You might just have a hidden fortune waiting for you. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be revealing more everyday coins that could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Don't miss out. Walking into a store, paying for your coffee with loose change, and later realizing you just handed over a penny worth $1 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you, that's exactly what's happening right now with the 2020 no mint mark Lincoln penny? Yes, a simple penny, one you might have in your pocket, could be your ticket to a life-changing fortune. And here's the scary part: most people have no idea what to look for. They spend or lose these rare coins without a second thought. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot these rare pennies and how to turn them into serious cash. Let's rewind for a second. The 2020 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most overlooked coins in circulation. At first glance, it looks like any other penny. You've probably seen thousands of them, tossed them into tip jars, or even let them disappear under your couch. But here's where things get interesting: certain versions of this penny have errors and unique characteristics that collectors are willing to pay huge amounts of money for. Some have already sold for thousands, and experts predict that the right one could reach a staggering $1 million at auction. But why? What makes this penny so special? And more importantly, how do you find one? Before I reveal that, let me ask, have you ever wished you could go back in time and buy Bitcoin when it was just a few cents? Well, think of this as your second chance. Except this time, instead of digital coins, we're talking about cold, hard cash, real money sitting in your change jar right now. Now, let's talk specifics. The 2020 no mint mark Lincoln penny is already rare, but what makes it incredibly valuable are certain errors and misprints. Collectors hunt for mistakes like double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, flaws that can turn a regular penny into a jackpot. For example, one penny with a dramatic die break, where the coin shows a deep, visible crack, recently sold for over $10,000. And that's just the beginning. Some experts believe that if the right error is discovered on a 2020 no mint mark penny, it could easily surpass $1 million in value. But there's a problem: these coins are disappearing fast. Collectors and dealers are snapping them up, and every day that passes, the chances of finding one in your pocket decrease. If you don't start checking your pennies now, you could miss out on one of the biggest numismatic jackpots of the decade. And here's where it gets even crazier: there's one specific error on the 2020 Lincoln penny that could instantly make you rich. I'll reveal what it is in just a second, but first, let me ask you something. What would you do if you suddenly found $1 million penny? Would you cash it in immediately? Buy a new house? Travel the world? Let me know in the comments below. Because for some lucky people, this isn't just a fantasy, it's reality. Now, here's the exact thing you need to look for. One of the most sought-after errors is a doubled die, specifically, doubling in Lincoln's eye, date, or the words, "In God We Trust." If you spot any signs of doubling, take that penny straight to a coin expert. Another high-value error? A major off-center strike, where the design is noticeably shifted or cut off. Some collectors are offering thousands for pennies with these mistakes, but here's the most important part: if you think you found a rare 2020 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, don't spend it. Don't clean it. And definitely don't sell it to the first buyer you meet. The right auction can skyrocket its value, and you don't want to let it go for pennies on the dollar, literally. If you're serious about finding these rare coins, start checking your spare change today. You never know, you could be holding on to $1 million payday right now. Want more insider secrets on valuable coins? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video, because I'm about to reveal even more hidden treasures in your pocket change. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Start searching, start saving, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next millionaire collector. See you in the next video.